all airbenders can choose to shave.
I just miss seeing Sokka and Katara in red clothing.
Okay,
Yeah,
really
I like
cool.
that stuff.
I'm looking through gaming news and I'm just realizing Starfield players find impressive location after 800 plus hours. You mean there was actually something interesting in Starfield?
Really?
Eventually, after 2,000 planets, I found something.
After 2,000 planets, I found something that was well crafted and well put together.
I don't know.
Look at this rock. Doesn't it look like a Borg cube?
We found a random Easter egg from
We-
hails back to Fallout 3 on this random planet.
We found one good Easter egg from the last dev of Bethesda that cares.
I found this pickaxe. You want to know what it's called? The notched pickaxe.
Notch.
Didn't they put that in Skyrim? Yes, they did.
No.
But I did get to play a little bit of the new Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. I only got like 2 hours into it, so it was basically the demo, but I didn't play the demo.
Mhm.
No, it's fucking cool, dude. Like they actually enhance the combat a lot. You get to play as Zack a little bit,
Mm-hmm.
very little, but then you get to play like as Sephiroth and
Okay.
Nibelheim and stuff. Dude, playing as Sephiroth is cool as fuck.
I mean, didn't you play as Sephiroth for a while in there? No, you didn't. You just played as...
He was just
you,
on your team.
Yeah, he was on your team.
You
You
get to use him, but-
use him, but you didn't actually get to walk around as him.
But it's kind of like Virgil and Devil May Cry, where you're like, oh, you get to play with him a little bit,
Mm-hmm.
and so like I kind of hope like maybe they'll add him to the game as like a playable character, like you
Well,
can just play as him.
he
But
does have,
he's
like-
not interacted in
yeah.
the story.
I mean,
just
like
the
he
character.
does have like his whole like tragic background story arc and everything like that.
He lost
that's
his one
Nibelheim.
wing.
Huh?
That's Nibelheim.
Yeah, I know. No, I'm talking about Sephiroth in general. Like,
Yeah.
if they wanted to, like,
You can't. You play that part.
yeah,
It's Nibelheim. That's,
yeah,
that's the first 2
yeah,
hours.
yeah,
of the
yeah.
game.
No. I'm getting that, but I'm like, basically, I want another Dirge of Cerberus, but we could do it with Sephiroth. You know,
George of Cerberus.
George and Cerberus.
it's not called Judge. It's Dirge.
It's Dirge.
Dirge. That's what it is.
Demiurge.
But no, it would be cool if they just had like a DLC where it's like you can play as Sephiroth, but like during the battles. Like I don't know, just something like
Yeah, like
he
a-
can just be there for fun. He doesn't have to actually make sense to the story.
Ah,
Just so they
Yeah,
can play
like
as him.
once the credits go by, like a Smash thing, it's like Sephiroth is now
Yeah, just something.
available.
Because
Yeah.
like they have a whole fucking moveset for him. It's like why would you only put that in there for 2 hours? So I'd assume you could like like why program this?
Brittany, can you do me a favor and unplug the It's the gray cable.
But he was super fun, so that'd be cool. That and same with like Zack. Like he plays,
On the
he
wall,
has his
Brittany.
own like abilities and shit. So
The gray one. There you go.
And he has really long katana.
Yeah.
I think they
So-
call that a nodachi.
oh, you mean Sephiroth?
Hey guys, welcome to the podcast. As per usual, we're doing a little bit of a
Damn
warm-up
Mario.
rant. I'm Trooper. We got Justin here, and we got Gopher.
Oh.
I'm suffering from a migraine, so I'm a little bit more subdued.
Did someone say, dude?
Misty says hi. She,
Eh, and my cat says hi.
she did.
Nah, but we're going over like a little bit of like gaming news here and there, and I'm looking down through a list of things that have been going on. There is an insane amount of Helldiver news, and Adam keeps bugging me, telling me I need to buy it. and
Did he
play
buy it?
Him, Hazel, and Rudy have been playing it like non-stop, from my understanding.
Wow, I'm surprised they can get into a lobby.
Apparently, they said they're not having any issues getting into lobbies. But then Adam also went ahead and said that the main reason he thinks he's not having a lot of issues with is because a lot of the time when they play, it's his weekends off, and they're playing at like 1 o'clock in the morning is
yeah,
when
that
they
would
start.
Yeah, that would probably.
Yeah, that might help a little bit.
Yeah.
Are the PlayStation and PC lobbies the same? Like, are they?
From my
pro?
understanding, the entire thing is a persistent world, so like all the stats for everything for the
Yeah, I know, but
alien incursion matches
Can you-
up,
Do they cross?
but I don't know about the actual like cross-platform work across
'Cause it-
systems.
Yeah, because the way the system works, it almost has to be cross-platform because you're working to help each other.
Yeah, I know at one point, like, I heard that, like, my Twitter exploded saying, like, oh god, this one planet's going to fall, we're gonna lose it to the androids, and it's just like,
They're automatons,
whatever.
and yeah,
Like
they
Nier.
lost the creek
Okay.
Because
Yeah.
now they're getting closer to Super Earth.
Yeah, and then all of a sudden I got a kick out because I was talking to Adam the other day. He's like, "No, we got it back." I'm like, "Okay." He's like, "We're actually starting to whoop ass." I'm like, "Oh." And then I see like
Yeah, but that's not because of them.
and then I see an update from the devs stating like there's going to be new things happening. If you notice, there's a couple incursion races that actually aren't in Helldivers 2 that were in Helldivers 1, and
Like
I'm
the
like,
Illuminati.
"Yeah,
That's true.
yeah, that's what I said."
Well, did you see that? Because the reason they got it back is because there's actually essentially a DM
Uh-huh.
that choreographs this shit.
Oh,
So
okay.
he can change what he wants. Like, if they're doing really well on a level, like, or a world,
Mm-hmm.
he can basically change the ratio and difficulty
See-
and vice versa.
This is going to sound really weird, but like I hate the idea of a game ever actually being dead, but I love the idea of Helldivers 2 being one of those cases where it is humanity consistently getting shoved back to Super Earth, and then when they eventually just get died out, the game is over. I don't know why I like that idea in this sort of setting, but it seems like just something really neat. It's like, it's there, enjoy it until it's gone.
Yeah, it's really cool, but when you limit it to only a couple of people and not everybody to play it, cough, cough.
I mean,
It's what, sitting at 250,000?
I mean,
They bumped that up.
in all fairness, the devs
It's
themselves.
450. No, I mean like how many people can play it because it's only
That's
it's a
what I'm talking
PlayStation thing, but it's PlayStation PC, so you only have those two communities, and if they get bored eventually, and then not enough people play it, and then
Well, I mean,
You heard it here, guys. Port it to the Switch now.
oh
that's
god.
what we need. That's what I'm saying. We need to switch for it.
Nintendo needs to get off their ass. Their hardware is such shit right now.
Well,
to the
2025, you'll get it with the new Pokemons.
And it's going to be as powerful as a PlayStation 4 Pro, so I've heard.
Yeah, dear God. You know what? No, like, here's the thing. I got a kick out of it because I saw recently that apparently Nintendo was doing, like, I guess, like, shareholder meetings and, like, everything like that. And they were basically stating that as far as it goes for, like, R&D for the Switch 2 and everything like that and the design and everything, they started that, like, literally the year after the Switch released. And it's been done for a while now. They're just waiting to drop it. And it's like, your system can barely handle your flagship games at this point. What the hell?
Where do you have proof of that?
Huh?
Where's your proof?
Forbes.
The fact that now they are actively going out of their way to literally
I've
take
never
down.
seen any news about this.
They're going out of their way now to literally take down an emulation site.
I was going to say, that's another news point.
Yeah.
Nintendo is now suing the guys behind Yuzu.
Yeah.
What?
Switch emulator.
They're going after Yuzu now because they're swearing up and down that it's copyright infringement because literally Tears of the Kingdom, I guess people are finding that, funny enough, there's a lot of points in that game where it does actually chug. You know that as well as I do. Well, what people are doing is they're going ahead and buying the game, ROM dumping it, and literally playing it on, like, either a Steam Deck or an Ally, and they're just, like, being like, oh my god, this is amazing!
They
like,
do that with everything, though.
yeah, I know, but now Nintendo all of a sudden is, like, super pissed about it,
They
and...
did that with the first one.
Yeah, but here's the thing, though. Now that Nintendo's, like, no longer going after ROM data banks, and now they're going after emulators, it's going to be one of those cases where, like, if they win that legal fight, oh my god, it's going to be such a fucking mess for video game preservation.
Yeah, it's going to be terrible.
I used to just hate Apple because of how much Apple hates their fans and hates the people that like their equipment. Now it's one of those cases where I'm like, oh, well, that's right. Nintendo also hates everybody who likes their stuff.
Well, if you would fucking release your shit instead of holding it back, you know, we wouldn't have to fucking do this. We want to give you money, you just don't let us give you money.
I do get a kick out of the thing there where they were, like, contemplating suing the devs for Power World and everything like that. Then they're like, nah, never mind, we have a Pokemon event coming up, and then you told me the Pokemon event had fucking nothing in it. I'm just like, really?
We got a bunch of mobile shit, some updates to games that no one plays, and then we got a Legends game coming out in 2025, which is fine.
And it was
but
just a very short teaser. It didn't really show shit.
Well, it skipped Gen 5 and anything that we were thinking. It's like,
Let's go
we're gonna
right
go back.
to Kalos.
We're like, we fucked up with Scarlet and Violet. People like Megas. We'll bring them back.
Oh, yeah. Is this correct? Somebody told me that the new Pokemon game literally all takes place in, like, a city that
takes place
was
in
just
Kalos.
a place that was in, like...
Yeah, it takes place in Lumia City.
Okay, so it's literally just taking place in the city of an area that used to be in a much larger game,
I mean,
right?
I'm sure they're gonna.
Well, yeah, they're
include
gonna
the
flesh it
surrounding
out and they're gonna make things bigger, fine, but it's still one of
That's
those
what it
cases
is,
where
yeah.
it's kind of funny.
I mean, I can't imagine the entire game taking place inside Lumios.
Well, that's what they said.
What?
They
It
straight
takes
up,
place.
yeah.
All takes place in their official page.
Inside the city.
As far as we know, yeah, that's what they said.
No planes outside. No nothing.
I don't know.
No mountain ranges.
We're still
no
look,
lakes.
man. It was just a freaking trailer. What do you want me to tell you?
They looked at the Tokyo
I
State.
didn't look at
Well, a lot of
an
people
official press
okay,
release
so-
or anything.
A lot of people are assuming because in real life, in the 1800s, France went over a big reconstruction of their city, Paris.
Mhm.
So people are thinking like this is their version of that. So we're going back to that. So it's very possible that it might even kind of be like pseudo.
Industrial Revolution.
Well, like, what do I want to say? Like building, like a builder, city builder type thing. Like you're helping progress,
Ew, why?
like the future of Lumio City. That's just a theory. There's no confirmation on that.
That just sounds
Because
weird.
like the
Why don't you just
trailer,
make
the
a
trailer,
freaking
the trailer was all
Pokemon
blue.
4X at this
Well,
point.
the trailer was all blueprints and stuff. So it was like,
Oh
Hmm,
no!
Billy. well
What
then,
are they doing?
well then plus, and then they had the top-down view, and now it looks like the giant alchemy circle that they used in Central for Full Metal Alchemist.
The best crossover.
Okay, I'm gonna guess three things. I'm gonna guess that Justin's probably 100% right because they probably looked at like
It's probably their version of Power World.
it's their version of Power World
That's
mixed
why
with
it's
like
2025.
mixed with like Dungeon Quest Builder basically, and they're gonna look at both of those games and be like, we should do that, but as low effort as possible.
Well, see, a lot of people are disappointed because we're not getting a Pokemon game this year. For the first time in forever, we're not getting a yearly Pokemon game of a spin-off or anything.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness!
So a lot of people are thinking that Scarlet and Violet literally kicked them in the butt and they got yelled at, and they're gonna actually
Yeah.
maybe take their time for
Game
once.
Freak kind of dropped the
So
ball.
I think we, because this isn't a remake of Gen 6,
No.
so a lot of people are thinking we're just doing a Legends of Gen 6 and eventually we'll get
I mean, Legends
our
is right
remakes
there
of
in the
Gen
name.
5. Right.
See,
So I think they're
But,
taking their
I'm
time.
curious about the title
I'm gonna
Is
hope.
he well, okay, so
because does
You
that
remember
have
A-
anything
do
to
you remember
with
AZ?
Yeah.
a lot of people are thinking that it has to do with AZ.
Yeah, because he was around for what, like 5,000-6,000 years?
1,000 years.
Yeah,
8,000.
I'm gonna hope you guys are right, but here's what I'm actually thinking. Okay, I'm thinking that
1,000 years.
anyway. I'm thinking that more than
You don't know
likely
the game. Shut
it's still gonna be the same,
pack.
like just shoveling it out the door
up.
mentality.
World.
But I think the reason it's not coming out until 2025 is I think that more than likely this year, probably around like spring or summer, Nintendo's going to come out and be like, look, the Switch 2, it'll be out next year.
Well, that's what.
And this will be a launch title.
Yeah,
Right.
that's honestly,
it's either
like,
going to be a launch title or
I don't-
They want the hardware power to so it doesn't run like Scarlet and Violet.
yeah, like, I honestly, I don't see Power World even, like, blipping them in the radar as much as everybody thinks it does for them to actually be
Oh,
like,
no.
oh, we need to be better because it's
Power World's
Pokemon.
not even Pokemon.
Exactly, and it's one of those cases that is
It just has monsters in it.
as good as Power World
Actually,
is.
too.
Yeah, as good as Power World is, it's not Pokemon. It's never going to be Pokemon,
No.
and there still is one Pokemon.
They don't even call themselves Pokemon.
Exactly.
Power World is sort of like if you took Pokemon and Shin Megami Tensei and mixed them together.
Yeah, it's
Because they give you a
Power
freaking gun, man.
Yeah, Power World's more like Arc and all those other shit. It just happens to have monsters in it instead of dinosaurs.
it's like Dr. Pibb to
It's like everybody's like, oh, it's a Pokemon ripoff. It's like,
Ugh.
how many fucking monster collectors or any games with monsters out there? Period. Like,
Oh,
I
why
miss
is this one getting the flack, but every other game was a pass?
I miss Metabots, man. Let's go collect some
Metabots was
Metabots.
cool, dude. I love Metabots.
Actually, no. Oh, God.
Digimon Adventure.
What was it? Oh God, I had it on the DS. It was the one where it basically was like the overworld was like a Pokemon game, and then it was like a mech battler every time you would fight anything.
There was Custom Robo.
Custom Robo, that's what it is. Yes,
Well, that's not even close to that.
I know, but
That's
I'm
more like Gundam Breakers or.
Yeah,
What
but
about Robopon?
customer-
I wish. See, that's a game I wish Nintendo would bring back. Bring back Custom Robo as one of your fucking like.
Also Chibi
Could you
Robo.
imagine?
Bring back Chibi Robo.
They tried on the 3DS. They fucked it up. They made it.
yeah, they
Oh,
made it a
that's
2D
right, yeah.
platformer, and
Yeah.
everybody was like, "That's not what Chibi Robo."
Exclusive to Walmart.
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh, that game. I
Oh
remember
God
now.
damn it!
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exclusive to Walmart. That's where you went wrong, baby.
Yeah.
But
Stupid.
yeah, that would be awesome to have. Well, the first one was a GameCube game, so that'll never happen. And then there's no DS support. That was another thing. Like, why at this point? Like, we had this whole direct, and even if they didn't want to do like remakes or like Let's Go Johto or anything like that, why have we not gotten the fucking retro Pokemon games on the Switch online? Or even if they didn't want to put them online for free, You can throw those on the eShop and people will buy them. I'm willing to pay for it, even if they don't want to throw them online, which would be stupid.
And stick in a built-in
But they
randomizer.
don't. And then they wonder why people fucking emulate this shit. It's like, you don't make it available for anybody.
Here's the thing, though. I honestly think
And
that
you shut down the eShop, so I can't get them over there, so give them to us here.
here's the thing, though. I
And
honestly
if you
think
want
that
a physical copy, hey, guess how much you gotta pay on eBay?
$30 just for fucking some of the basic cartridges.
Here's the
that are
thing.
destroyed, and
You
then,
know
yeah,
as well as I do,
compete.
anytime you ask Nintendo for something and they're like, okay, we'll give it to you, it's a monkey paw effect. So basically what you'd probably end up getting is like, oh, guess what? We brought you red and blue and yellow for the original Game Boy. Have fun.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Oh, you want that?
That's why I said bring them over because they were on the eShop. So like you already coded that shit.
I thought you'd want to go back to black and white.
Well, that's what I'm saying. We didn't get to do that, so I'm like, why don't you bring the retro games over for the online, all the GB and GBA games, or even if you just did the ones that were on the eShop, so you're only doing from red and blue to crystal.
Yeah.
That's fine too. If you don't want to do fire red and leaf green, which would be stupid too. But
I mean, as far as it goes,
or
for
like ruby and stuff.
as far as it goes, the Switch literally
Gen 1
is
to
just
3.
running an emulator for those. It's
That's what I'm saying.
they're not doing
They
rebuilds of
definitely have the
those.
ability. Yeah, they are because the big thing with the eShop ones was they made it so you could do it online and like trade and shit.
Yeah.
So like that coding's already done. Just fucking port that shit over to the Switch version, and then
Well,
already
you know,
banking shit over there.
As far as that goes, though, I'm pretty sure Nintendo, and the reason Nintendo will never do this is because they'll look at it and be like, well, now it's going to compete directly with the new Pokemon game that we're releasing, and we can't have that happening.
That comes out in next year.
But hey, I'm just saying.
And no, they've never thought that.
I'm telling you, like, Nintendo probably has some stupid thought process that basically, that if they give you a copy of black and white, or even just basically red and blue, or red and green, even if they just want to be super lazy, and
They
Yeah.
never. That never affected when they launched the other one.
no, but I'm just stating, like, the Nintendo we currently have is probably just sitting there thinking, like, that might slightly impact sales of the new Pokemon game.
Okay,
No.
but Scarlet and Violet's over with the DLC. We're not getting another one for another year, so this would have been the perfect time to be like, well, we don't want to put our efforts, we don't want to shy away from our efforts into ZA, so why don't we just release the fucking ROMs for this on the Switch Online?
But here's the
Something
thing.
that tied you over.
But here's the thing. Would
Just
that make
give
you
a little
happy?
something,
Yes.
Okay, Nintendo's not going to do it then.
Just for fucking 7 years now, this fucking machine's been out, and now we have the Switch Online for X amount of years.
Oh, I still get a kick out of we can't even buy themes or change our background from light to dark.
Right.
We got light and dark mode, and that's it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. The 3DS was a far better like experience
Can't
than the
even do
Switch
that
was.
on PS5.
I literally said to
Yeah,
you,
I don't get that either.
You can do it on your profile page, but
Yeah, that,
Yeah, but
I don't get that either.
I literally said to you, and I quote, once the Switch came out, I think it was out for like a year at this point, I was like, you know, as soon as they release themes, I'm so sick of looking at this. I don't care what themes they bring out. I'm buying a theme. And you're like, yeah, I don't like it either. And I'm like, yeah, here we are towards the end of the Switch's life cycle.
Well, now-
no themes.
Well, now there's no point because they'll just put it on the. Hopefully they do it with the two, but like even other colors, like just let us
Just
pick a fucking
anything.
basic
I mean,
ass
yeah.
color. Let me
Please.
make it purple. Like Jesus Christ. And yeah, I don't get Sony doing that because like I can still do it with Xbox and put shit on it.
that's
Sony,
because every game now has its own background.
yeah.
Wow.
and-
Oh yeah, that's right.
And the other
I should
thing,
be able to turn that off and just make a fucking back.
yeah, and
Exactly.
the other thing is Sony's
Sony.
big thing is they want it to be like it's the showcase of the PlayStation. Basically, it's
Wow.
like I don't care what you want it to look like. We want to make sure so that if anybody else looks at your monitor, like that looks neat. Oh, that's a PlayStation.
Oh, I know it's PlayStation.
Also,
just-
Sony, for the love of God, could you please quit forcing me to download every disc-based game I stick in my console? I'm sick and tired of bringing a new game home, sticking it in, going, "Oh, I can't wait to play this." Oh, wait, no, you gotta wait an hour for it to download onto the hard
That's
drive.
Xbox too. That's just
Yeah.
modern
They
gaming.
need to stop doing
It
it.
sucks.
I-
Well, a lot of it's updates too,
I
like day
think
one
it-
patches.
Yeah.
Stick a game on my Switch, whoop, get to play it right away.
The installation cycle for the freaking PS5 is trash. I know they do that for file compression when it comes to installing off the disc, but it's seriously, it's so trash.
Yes, but at least the Xbox gives you a freaking terabyte hard drive.
What hard drive do you have in your PS5?
It comes with like 500 gigs.
I
It
thought
is
it came with a terabyte model.
It's 5
No.
gigs.
Oh,
No.
I thought the disc model was a
No,
terabyte
they-
model.
Fucking Sony cheaped out on that.
At least they have like the abilities. Some games have the ability, like it'll install so much, and then you can play it while it's still
Some
installing.
games do.
Because like I found that out when I was replaying the first Final Fantasy remake.
Yeah,
But you know what
was like-
usually happens? You play it for like 30 minutes and it goes, I gotta
No,
download the rest. Sorry.
I was impressed because I was like, wow, it downloaded already, and I started playing it because it's like ready to play, and I was like, oh, it's still installing. I'm like, I played a good bit until it was done.
I could
forget
be.
what game it was, but I played for like not even an hour and it said, nope.
Probably
Can't
depends
go
on
any
the
further.
experience.
Yeah, no, like I could be talking out of my ass, but if I remember correctly, something about the data setup involving how Sony actually like installs their games and everything like that, like when they were going nuts about like the super fast load times and everything like that, their data storage like protocol solution is essentially like a sequential baseline so that it actually like it does decent compression work, but it's basically so that when you look at a standard hard drive array or something like that, you'd notice you have files that belong together, but they're all over the place, and that's why everybody used to always have to defrag all the damn time. Sony's packets basically everything like sequentially together for each game, effectively. That way it's just go, 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 go.
Yeah.
But, like, yeah, it's ridiculous, like, the install times for that sort of shit. I miss playing things just off a disc.
Yep.
Yes.
Like, I get it. I had a minute-long load time for some stupid shit here and there, like, especially with bigger games, but still, I just love the idea of coming home with a disc, popping it in my drive, and immediately it's like, welcome to the world! And I'm like, cool.
Well, our sizes are so big now because textures in 4K and
Oh, yeah, AAA is just getting its ass kicked. Like, from the end of last year to the beginning of this year, it's just like, everybody's like, wow, AAA studios are, like, firing everybody.
Except for Ubisoft because they're quadruple A now.
Yes.
Skull and
they're
Bones
doing-
is going to be dead in, like,
No,
3 weeks,
it's
and
the
you
best-
know it.
It's their second most engaged game ever.
Yeah, and,
Engaged might be I played it for 5 seconds, said this is garbage. But-
yeah, and here's the
Take
other
that
thing,
away.
Ubisoft has been losing money, like, consistently for, like, the past 5 years and keeps trying to shove Assassin's Creed and Far Cry at you and be like, please!
Well, that's why we're getting
Time for
Assassin's.
layoffs, everyone.
That's why we're getting Assassin's Creed in Magic the Gathering.
For fuck's sake.
I can have Leonardo da Vinci as my commander.
I'm sorry, I was vaguely looking at Skull and Bones, but then when the CEO of Ubisoft comes out and states that the only way that they start becoming a more successful company is when freaking players become comfortable with the idea of not owning any of their games, I was just like, go fuck yourself. I'm not giving you $70 to not own
Did
something.
you watch gameplay of Skull and Bones?
I've seen a little
Like
bit.
people were playing, it was like because there's crafting and shit. And
Yeah.
like you drive along these beach lines for like trees and shit.
Uh-huh.
It's only very specific trees. It's not like every tree. I'm like, there's older games that let you literally knock down any fucking tree to get
Right.
items or
Oh, yeah.
anything like that. I'm like, what the fuck is this quadruple shit you're talking about?
Yeah.
Oh,
That was
need
poor
specific
marketing.
That
wood
reminds
for
me
your
You
of-
look like a dumbass.
I
now.
can't remember what game it was. There was this weird, like, scuba diving game back during, like, the PS4 generation, everything like that. They were talking about their advanced AI and how it, like, the fish move out of your way when you get close to them, and then I got a kick out of it because the meme joke for it was immediately they were showing Mario 64 from the underwater level, and the fish move away from them.
That's what I'm saying.
It's just
Wow.
like, oh, wow, you did that with AI. We can just program it so the fish
That's
move
because I never
away.
thought you would talk about the N64.
Yeah.
It's for the new generation that's like, wow, look at this shit. It's like, yeah, no, you can't get you can't get past the 30-year-olds that's played that shit.
Yeah, it's just like,
Yeah, they start using buzzwords at that point. The AI is so good.
It's dynamically engineered.
Look at the ray tracing,
hyper,
bro.
Whatever. Yeah,
I gotta check
with
out.
Sonic and Knuckles.
Here's the deal: like the gold standard for AI in video games, still to this day, is Fear, and that game now
Is
that game now is like close to 17-year-old.
I think
17.
it's Starfield.
Yeah, okay. That game is close. I can't remember when Fear
Elder
came out at the
Scrolls
moment.
5 Skyrim.
Hang on, when did Fear come out? I have to look now. That I'm curious.
1974.
Oh, Jacker.
No, it's just amazing how it almost feels like new game develop, like on the AAA side, at least, because I know Indy knows what they're talking about.
Yeah, Metroidvanias.
No,
And RPGs inspired by Earthbound.
when it comes to these,
Okay, Fear came out in 2005.
yeah,
And it is still touted to this day as having one of the best AI like interactions as far as it goes for its enemy scripting. But here's the thing: if you go back and actually look at its AI enemy scripting, it's not that psychotically complicated. It's complicated for the time, but it's not like insane.
Mm-hmm.
But the thing is, it's a mix between really good level design and really good audio cues that basically trick the player into being like, wow, these enemies are super smart and able to do amazing things.
Well, this was also still
what
back when
about
people cared.
Alien?
Yeah, and now I get a kick out of it. They're like, we spent so many millions on the AI of this character, and
That's
you
why
just
we
watch
have
it
to charge
bugging
you.
into a rock. It's like, what the fuck?
It's okay. We're charging you $80, but it's gonna be worth it.
Yeah.
I heard good things about the AI in Alien Isolation.
Oh yeah,
it's
no,
good. I heard that.
The Alien is
Yeah,
good, but
Independent.
yeah, well, it's not independent. Who did Alien? No, Alien Isolation was done by the guys that do Total War.
Is it? I
Yeah.
thought it was independent.
No. Alien Isolation
Oh,
was
my
done by
Whoa!
Alien
Oh, yeah.
Isolation.
I was gonna look it up before.
Hang on, I can just pull it up real quick. I have it on my. Blah, blah, blah. Where'd it go?
But no, yeah, it's almost like the AAA, like these higher ups are like, they act like they're doing something for the first time ever when we've already had shit like it's weird how like gaming
because they're not gamers.
well
man.
like gaming was progressing so well, and now it feels like we're almost going backwards or we're just stuck somewhere.
Yeah,
stagnant.
like we
Gaming
kept
is kinda
progressing at
stagnant
such
at
an
the moment.
amazing rate, and then we hit like the Brown era in the 360 and PS3 area,
Oh,
and
yeah.
then
Yeah.
everything was just like, let's just make everything look more
It's kind of like
realistic.
movies. Like yeah, you have those like you do have those hits, but like,
You have those outliers,
but
but
like
then
it used to be like I remember like going back like Star Wars was coming out, fucking Harry Potter, like there's tons of fucking good movies coming out every year.
Tons of good stuff.
And now, like,
man.
either everything's a goddamn fucking reboot, a remake,
Mhm.
or it's a
just so
derivative
boring.
rip-off of
Yeah.
something that's already been out.
It's
you watch something, it's just like, okay, it looks like someone watched the MCU.
Yeah, you know.
I'm so tired of fucking superhero movies, dude.
Oh yeah,
They used to be fun. After fucking Infinity War was done, it was
Yeah, it's they just completely lost the plot at that point.
Yep. Well,
I haven't
people
watched
want-
any of the Avengers movies.
oh, the publisher was Sega, but the developers was Creative Assembly.
Yeah, Creative Assembly. Those are the guys that literally make all the Total War games and everything like that.
Huh.
They are like really. Those guys are like
Well,
the king of
if that-
complex AI
If
layouts.
that's all they've ever done, then.
I mean, yeah,
Total.
I
Yeah.
played Shogun.
there's a fuck ton of Total War games.
I'm trying to find their
Oh yeah.
stuff.
Wish I still had Shogun.
Games developed.
Shogun's awesome. You want a copy of it? I'll send you a copy over
Yeah,
Steam.
Shogun.
I have it.
They did some
Shogun
Total War.
Total War.
Yeah.
They did all the Total War stuff.
Yeah, I was too stupid as a kid to figure out how to play the game.
Sonic Classic Collection.
Mm-hmm.
Yo!
They're most of their. Oh, they canceled Hyenas. No. Yeah, most of their shit's just Total War.
But they are like the kings of 4X real-time war
This
combat.
game isn't real time.
Oh yeah, they canceled another Star Wars game.
Yeah, the Mandalorian one. Fucking stupid, dude.
That's,
Hey, I will say one thing though to Star Wars credit. Night Dive finally did a port of my favorite Star Wars game, and I
Yeah.
still haven't bought it or downloaded it, but we now have Dark Forces.
Yep, I thought that was pretty cool.
Yeah.
Sonic Dark Forces.
Yeah, Sonic Dark Forces.
I kind of want them to do what's the one on the N64?
Oh, you're talking about... I know which one you're talking about. Oh, fuck, what is that one?
I want that one back. That'd be cool as like a little HD port.
That'd be neat, but that game did have a lot of problems.
That's what I'm saying. I want them to fix it.
Yeah, you go back and play it, though. It's like really
Oh yeah,
jank.
for sure. But I thought it was cool they did the Dark Forces.
Yeah. I mean,
Um,
it's... What did they call it? What was... That was the... Oh, God. It was LucasArts' version of the IdTech engine, but
Yeah.
they completely changed it. I think it was like the Jedi engine, or... Yeah, because the 3D ones were on the Sith engine, and then... yeah, and then I can't remember what happened when Raven took over.
Speaking of the Star Wars, with the Battlefront, the classic Battlefronts, I think that's cool because they even added like new maps and characters and shit. Too.
Oh, yeah.
Like
Oh,
they
yeah, all
went,
that
they
stuff
went,
that
they
got
fucking
scrapped.
went in, dude.
Mm-hmm.
Online.
Qui-Gon, dude.
Quigan,
Quigan.
Quigan Jin.
Like, I will probably dive into some
favorite Star
classic Star
Wars.
Wars Battlefront and some classic Battlefront 2. I'd imagine that, honestly, that sadly, as much as I prefer the original Star Wars Battlefront, because I'm weird like that, I don't like all them slashy Jedis in my game.
Get him out of here. Second one too. What are you talking about?
Huh?
What are you talking about?
No, the original Star Wars Battlefront,
Yeah?
you couldn't play as anybody with a lightsaber.
Oh,
Yeah,
because you're a pussy.
it was all guns and
All
explosives.
guns all the time.
Well, sorry to inform you, but lightsabers and Jedi and Sith are a pretty big staple of Star Wars.
I'm aware of this. I'm just saying I really like the combat from the first one more than the second one. The second one is very good and it is amazing, but I like just the insane clusters of people you'd have like fighting over choke points in the first one, whereas the second one had a lot more wide open maps to basically
I get you. It's kind of
lean into the Jedis and the Sith
play
and
you
everything.
kind of like, hey, I want to play Call of Duty, not Call of Duty with famous swordsmen throughout history.
Exactly. That's kind of what I'm getting at.
What?
I mean, if you think about it, yeah, Battlefront, most people play it in first person, so you can say it's a first person shooter, nice online.
Well,
stuff.
no, the original Battlefront, everybody played it in third person. You had a wider
Not
field of
everybody.
view.
I just figured everyone played it in first. I don't know.
I mean, you have the choices.
Yeah, you do have the choice.
I know you have the choice. I just figured that people would like first person. But yeah, imagine playing Call of Duty as
Hero Nobunaga and just like running in with a sword.
Muramasa.
Muramasa.
Was he a swordsman or was he a blacksmith?
Dude, you're asking me to remember Japanese swordsman lore right now. I'm like sitting here with a migraine, sitting here talking about video
You mean
games.
James Iwata.
James Iwata.
James Iwata is
The
now.
swordsman of Nintendo.
But no, like, that's the kind of shit. I know they've been doing this with a lot of Star Wars IPs, and that's really cool. Bringing out some of the classics.
I still
but
need to get The Force Unleashed on Switch.
it is, and
I did not buy the new release.
I wanted to
Force
play the
Unleashed yet.
Commandos game because I never played Commandos.
Never played Commandos.
Mm-mm.
Commandos.
It always looked cool when I was growing up, but I never got it.
Commandos is good, but it does have like problems from its time.
I'm I'm sure
It's a clunky first-person
Yeah.
shooter, but it is a fun first-person shooter.
Well, they have that like whole collection now. Like they're always on sale and shit.
Oh
so,
yeah.
like, you know, pick them up for like $5 during the holidays or something. Like you can't beat it.
I will say
Oh,
one
no.
thing that really kind of annoys me though is
Oh my goodness.
oh god, Jedi Outcast on the Switch.
Mhm.
I don't know what they did with the reticles for that game, but dear God, it is half impossible to play with a controller because the reticle is
When
actually
we like played it.
yeah, the reticle is actually a 3D object that gets basically projected onto whatever you're like looking at. It's the way that that system was made.
Like RE4's laser sight?
No, it legitimately like drags and like kind of like flicks around. And
Oh.
the thing is when you try to do that with a stick
Oh.
compared to like old mouse and keyboard, it is like the drag on it with the like even the Switch Pro controller is not good enough to actually have that thing where you want it to be, and it's
So
just
it's not Splatoon levels of good motion control.
no,
No.
basically they needed to redo the reticle system for the console release, and they just were like, nah, we're just gonna remaster and toss it out the door.
At least it's available.
I mean, it's available, yeah,
It's more
but
than
like
what Nintendo does.
if you're gonna play if you're gonna play it though, yeah, definitely PC is the way to go, or buy it on console and grab a mouse. You know, just like
But
Does the Switch have mouse support?
no.
The Switch, why would it?
The Switch didn't have Bluetooth support until like 3 years ago, even though
it
every
was just an
single
update.
even though every single Switch console had a universal
Had
Bluetooth
Bluetooth.
controller in
Yeah,
it.
all
I
their
forgot
controllers.
all about that.
Yeah,
'Cause I don't
it's
even
just
think
like-
I got my Switch until like 3 or 4 years into
Oh my
the
God.
lifespan.
And even then, you still didn't have Bluetooth support.
Even then, I still didn't have Animal Crossing,
Oh Jesus Christ!
even though it was an Animal Crossing Switch.
Did I tell you about Mother 3 coming out?
I think we both talked about it. Yeah,
Yeah, Mother 3.
Yeah, we
They're
both
on the
Japan.
Japanese eShop now.
We both sit there and
You
made
can-
that.
I mean, you can make a Japanese account.
Yeah, we
Uh,
both sit
you
there.
don't
have to.
We all
Yeah,
made
like,
that
won't
joke,
be
and
able
then
to
it's like
read it.
Mother 3's coming out. It's like,
Not Mother 3. Mother 3's coming out. Fuck you, but it's in Japan.
Also, the Mother and Mother 2 character portrait thingamajigs.
Oh, they were on the Switch. Like,
Yep.
yeah.
They were on
that
there
was
for
cool.
a couple of days. It's like, hey, Mother 3 is coming to the Japanese Nintendo online nonsense.
I like how they acknowledge
But
it
just for that,
They acknowledge it just enough, but then they'll never make anything else.
No.
you know what's funny? Nintendo is honestly starting to remind me of like Disney in the early '90s.
What do you mean?
remember when in the early 90s, you probably saw these like commercials because they were like at the beginning of every VHS tape of like any Disney movie. It's like, these Disney classics are being re-released on VHS. Get them before they're gone because then they get locked back in the vault. And it's just like,
No, they
that
don't.
is what Nintendo is reminding me of at this point.
Disney did the vault thing even up when I was working at Toys R Us. And
Oh,
shit.
really?
Yeah.
I
They
did
had
not
the
know
whole
they kept that
collections,
going. I
with the
just,
Blu-rays and shit.
I
Yeah.
did not know they kept that going.
They kept releasing it every now and then.
No,
You
Jesus
still
Christ.
find a Blu-ray of Aladdin
They probably
sitting at Walmart.
still do it, but it's so irrelevant. now
It's
'cause
so
of Disney-
irrelevant with all
Disney
the,
Plus and stuff.
like, I get a kick out of it because I still have a buddy at work that, like, goes out of his way to buy Blu-rays and everything like that. And he's like, oh, dude, he goes, when you watch stuff on stream, he goes, the compression is terrible and everything like that. And I still collect anime, so, like, I'm like, yeah, I know. But I don't care enough. There's nothing that's come out that I'm like, oh, I need that on Blu-ray. Like,
Yeah.
other than...
I still need to get Persona 3 movies 2, 3, and 4 on Blu-ray.
Yeah.
Because I just have the first one on Blu-ray, so whenever I watch that and pop in the second one, I'm just like, oh
They
my
didn't just
god.
release them as a collection.
No, because each one had different stuff. Because for some reason, my stupid ass brain went, oh, there's like a special edition for the first movie. There's special editions for all of them.
Well, that's like...
How much do they cost? $80? Oh.
Well, that's like me, like, literally out in the living room
Gotta
right
go
now.
get-
Or 60 or something like that.
You gotta milk you, man.
Out in the living room right now, literally, I have the collector's
Oh.
edition of Season 1 of Ash vs. Evil Dead, then the collector's edition of Season 2 of Ash vs. Evil Dead, then the complete series of Ash vs. Evil Dead. It's just like...
That's why I never buy seasons, because I'm like, I
I'm
want
like-
the fucking full thing. Just-
But, you know
I
me,
have
when
all
it
the
comes to
seasons of
Evil
Legend of
Dead, it's
Korra.
like, something Evil Dead has come out. I will purchase that now.
well, that's fine, because you only had a couple seasons. It's not like
Yeah.
other shows.
It's not like 90 seasons.
or like the
but-
volumes. It's like season 1, volume 1.
Yeah,
season
no.
1,
Oh my
volume
god.
2.
Each disc has 4 episodes on
Which
it.
honestly really surprises me because that was I think it was an
That's all you
HBO
got.
or it was a Stars original. I can't
I
remember.
think it was Stars.
Stars and either one, both of those companies had bad habits of just like, do you want the first 6 episodes of this season?
No. I
Uh,
want the whole fucking season, bro.
Yeah.
I hate the volume shit, dude. Season thing, okay, sure, I get it.
Well, like you
But
like
volumes-
Star Trek. Star Trek is one of those ones that's terrible for that. Dear God.
I wouldn't know because I watch Star Trek through illegal means.
Oh,
No
evidence.
Paramount, no Paramount Plus
Like
for me,
everybody else
baby.
does.
Yeah, no, but
I emulate my Star Trek.
I yeah, like literally, I think it's like you can only buy like the first, like as far as it goes for the original, like
Films.
yeah, as far as it goes for like the original Star Trek,
I want to watch TNG with Kirk.
they're released in volumes. So you've got like there's volumes like 1 through 4 of season 1 of the original Star Trek,
That's what I'm
and
saying.
then it keeps going, and they've never consolidated them. It's just like
Hey, you know those freaking DVD cases? They're like this thick.
Yeah.
yeah.
It's just one disc and it has 2 or 3 episodes on it. And that's all you got.
Basically,
Like back
yeah.
on
You remember the-
VHS, like
you
I
remember
have
the
a
Pokemon
VHS
VHSs?
with 2 episodes of Dragon Ball Z. On
Oh
it.
god.
Yeah, like that. Or like the Pokemon VHSs is like 4
Oh, yeah.
episodes.
See, I didn't
That's
think
it.
anybody actually ever bought those. I always
The
looked.
They were very
No,
popular.
but here's the thing. Every time I saw those, like kid brain at the time, I was like, these must be just for rental stores. Like that was always my mentality when I
I
looked
think
at
that's
that.
where I got my Dragon Ball Z VHS.
Probably.
Because I think they were going out of business and they're just like, let's just sell everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had a bunch of those Pokemon ones. I'd watch them all the time.
I got Cooler's Revenge, and then I got that one episode where Goku goes Super Saiyan 3.
I did
Like
get a.
the episode before and the episode after, maybe. I don't remember.
I did
Do you
get
ever? What about those ones where they like, instead of being like episodes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, like in order consecutively, it'd be like Goku's finest moment, like just random shit, like or
They
not,
make those?
not specifically for Goku, but like yeah, they make like VHS collections or like for like My Little Pony or whatever. They'll be like Twilight Sparkle's greatest moments is like episode 1, episode 30, episode like just random shit that have nothing to do with each other, but it's just highlighting specific
Oh,
things.
jeez.
Oh,
I didn't know
yeah.
they made
And it's
those.
just like massive.
Remember
They do that
video?
a lot for all
Remember
those IPs.
video game promo VHSs?
Promo VHSs.
Yes. Remember it would be
Oh.
like it'd be like 4 or 5 game trailers, and then it would be like radical teens talking about how cool the system is and how cool this new game is. Look at those graphics, and then it was just like
Sonic 2.
yeah, no, like legitimately, there's like a funny enough, Nintendo did a pile of these, and Sega did a pile of these back in the 90s. Because I actually saw somebody not too long ago selling like a set of them for the Genesis, and I was just like, I kind of want these.
Just to watch them.
Yeah, like, not even to watch them. It's just like there's like 3 of them for the Genesis. Then there's like 1 or 2 for the Game Gear, and then there's like a hotel chain that had promo VHSs for the Game Gear, and I'm just like, part of me wants these, and I don't know why.
I mean, that's part of video game history. Like, we'll never have again. So it's kind
yeah,
of cool
but they're just like so bizarrely weird, and I'm just like, you know, like. I wouldn't even. The thing is, though, a VHS tape at this point, like, I'd be afraid to even bother putting it in my VHS. If it's a rare one, I'd be terrified to put it in my VHS player because it's just like, give it a second.
Yeah, you'd have to convert it over to like the DVD format.
Yeah, and at that point, it's just like,
yeah, you could just look it up.
Yeah,
maybe if it's...
at that point, it's just like, I'll just rip it because honestly, it's like if you want to save it for posterity, video format. I don't care who you are and how much of a snob you are. Video format is not something that is restricted to its original released media file. It's literally one of those cases where it can be pushed up.
No. Don't let Avalanche Reviews hear you say that.
Well, they can. I don't care.
Speaking of this,
gonna come after you and beat you over the head with his.
Well, here's the thing. When it comes to like video game here's the thing. When it comes to video game formatting and everything like that, that's important because it requires the original hardware. You need, you know, when that sort of preservation goes in, it's like, yes, saving the files and being able to actually emulate and play that game the way it was supposed to be played is amazing. Second best option is to emulate it, okay? And if you can get your hands on the original hardware and actually play it as it was originally intended, perfect, okay? But when it comes to media format, just simply like videos and stuff like that, whatever the resolution is of that video is the resolution. I don't care what monitor you put it on or what file format it's saved in. That is that video. You can upscale it as much as you possibly want, or you could try to smooth it or do whatever to it, or whatever other sacrilege weird thing you try to do with it.
Full screen. Stretch.
Full screen stretch.
Stretch to fit.
Yeah. No, but
I
like...
want to play this 4x5 game in widescreen.
Yeah,
no,
God.
Don't do it.
You monster. Deal with the black bars. Get over it.
No, I can't.
But yeah, it's stuck. Similar to like the VHSs you were talking about. Makes me remember like all the PlayStation 1 demos and stuff like that. I love those things.
Mm-hmm.
That's how I played a lot of games.
Oh, yeah, for a long time, I didn't even play Spyro. I just played like the demos for the
and just kept
on the
playing.
Crash
But
games.
you kept playing it.
I get it. You know what? I will say one thing. Like,
fun.
I know we're never going to go back to demo discs, but I will say one thing that I find interesting. Okay, like within the past like year and a half, I've noticed like every game that's been like on my wish list on Steam or anything like that swears up and down it's coming out before too long and everything like that. I'll get like an update of them randomly, and then it'll be like, oh, you should check this out and maybe pre-order it. And I'll be like, what are you telling me to update about this game? I'll flick over to it, and it'll be like, there's a demo. And I'm like, a demo? Okay.
Yeah, let's go for it.
There's always demos.
No. Like,
Not
for
every...
a very long time, we had, like, no demos. It was like, pre-order the game. You're gonna love it. We swear.
I see demos.
Here's some screenshots and a teaser
Well,
trailer.
no, now, but, like, literally, you go back to, like, the PS4 and, you know, the Xbox One era, and it was like, nobody did demos anymore because they'd rather get your money up front and then have you regret your decisions later.
Like, even today, like, there's some games I'm looking at going, oh, that looks like it might be cool, but is there a demo? No. Well...
Like,
or you have like Final Fantasy Rebirth where they give you a demo, and if you beat it, it carries over.
Yeah,
and
like
you get,
that is
rewards
good.
and stuff. I like when they do that.
That is really good.
Well, like in all fairness,
I think Kirby did that too.
Like
the Forgotten Lands, they had like if you play our demo, you get shit. Yeah.
Square is doing surprisingly well. They were really iffy for a while there, but now they're like starting to come back and be like, okay, we may have fucked up a little bit here and there, but we do still have the Final Fantasy VII coming out. And some more Final Fantasy, and some other Final Fantasy.
How about you make another turn-based Final Fantasy, goddammit?
They're not going to do that. They'll never do that. As long as you live, they will never do that.
I'm not even a Final Fantasy fan, but I felt for those people. It's like, yes, we're finally getting a Final Fantasy VII remake, and then action RPG.
I got a kick out of it. I'm just excited about...
Oh,
Square's better than Atlas. So.
I'm just excited... I'm just excited about...
I mean, you're right, but...
I don't know.
I'm just excited about the new Mana game. Everybody else is like, yeah, new Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. And I'm just like...
The Magic game, yeah.
I'm like,
Mana.
No.
Tap for blue.
And I'm just like, Visions of Mana! When is it coming out? And Square's like not saying jack shit. I'm just like...
Right now it's Final Fantasy time.
Visions
Cloud!
Visions of
Tifa in a
mana.
bikini.
Visions
no
of
one's
mana.
talking about Persona 3 anymore.
Who?
What? Where?
We already had 5. Why don't we talk about 3?
Wow,
Yeah,
I
no,
don't know.
I am like still just like everybody's freaking out about 7, and I'm like, I already know primarily a lot of what happens there. I want Visions of Mana.
I remember what Capcom did. Here's Resident Evil 7. Here's Resident Evil 2. Here's Resident Evil 3. Here's Resident Evil 8. Here's Resident Evil 4.
Confuse new people.
What is going on?
What's going on?
Ah.
Oh
Is
god,
this
who
Resident
are
Evil 2 or
you
Resident Evil
people?
2? No,
Then
that's
after
Resident
Res-
Evil 2. This is Resident Evil 2.
And after Resident Evil 4, I think they're working on RE9 right now, so it's...
I like how they don't even call them like remakes or anything. It's just RE2.
Oh yeah, are
like
we
it's supposed to fit in with this time. shit.
Canonically, though, now in Resident Evil, like, originally everything kind of followed the year date, but now that Ethan's daughter is, like, grown and we've done that time skip, I wonder if in RE9 we're going to be in the future, even though it's only going to be, like, 15 years or
We're
something like
gonna
that.
play as
No, they're not gonna do that, because from what I've heard, they're going to follow up from where 8 ended.
Oh, okay.
So the Shadows of Rose DLC was sort of just like,
so that'll take place after 9 canonical.
yeah, take place like freaking 18 or some shit years after that.
That's cool.
What?
I was kind of hoping to play as like Rose or something, like continue the
Yeah.
Winters thing.
I do kind of
Yeah,
wonder,
then
though.
everyone's gonna be old and dusty,
Like, who do
except
we-
for Jill.
Well, true, but who we gonna? Maybe Chris?
I mean, Chris will be old
I
and
mean,
dusty by
Chris
then.
is
No,
already
if we're
in it.
taking place right after 8,
Oh,
like who's gonna be the protagonist?
old Leon.
I mean, the
Well,
ending of
he wasn't even
yeah,
introduced. Like he has nothing to do with Ethan Winters in that whole thing.
No, but Ethan's dead, so fuck it.
Right. So maybe
the
Chris.
end of Resident Evil 8 is setting up like something going wrong with the BSAA.
That's what I'm saying, Chris.
So there's Chris, there's Jill, Rebecca, Sheva. They're not gonna bring Sheva back.
I
let's
want to
be
see
honest.
Sheva back,
I don't think they will bring Sheva back. I'm with Josh
but don't
on that
ruin
one.
her new version or something.
Oh,
Hot now?
Keep her hot. If
they'll
you can
do it. They'll do it in some weird way. I get a kick out of one thing I
They're gonna make her white.
That would be the worst move they ever did.
Everybody said we were racist because we fought that African tribe. So now we're just gonna make Sheva white. Nobody will complain about that.
Nope.
That's why they erased her, apparently. Never hear about her.
But we're gonna give her dreadlocks or cornrows or something, so it'll be fine.
Oh my
I
god.
think that'll be even worse.
Depends how.
What was Sheva's hair? No, Sheva just had a ponytail.
She just had
Yeah, she was
basically.
okay. She just had a ponytail.
Yeah, she.
Like, part of my brain when you said dreadlocks was like putting dreadlocks on Sheva for a second. I'm like, no, that wasn't right.
Sheva, hurry!
Whisker biscuit.
I mean, it would make sense if they, because everybody's talking about, RE5 next remake. So if they did like,
Please no.
if
Stop
they did
it.
I kind of want them to update that one.
I mean, I'm curious to see what they could do with it, make it a little more scary. Is it still gonna be co-op?
Yeah, I want them to take less. I want them to make it less actiony, more.
Yeah, give us some more spoops.
Yeah, some spoopies.
Give us some
Spoopy
spooks.
Sheva. Get a costume for her. She's in a ghost sheet.
See,
Please bring back the fairy tale outfit. Yeah.
I don't know.
Hey, you never saw that?
I don't think so. I remember her
Like Little Red Riding Hood.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Oh, that one. Okay.
Yes.
I was thinking like
The anime
fairies
tale?
or something. No, I don't. Well, you said fairy tale, and the only thing I thought of was like the fairy part of that, and I forgot about the Red Riding Hood.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think that's what it's called in game, the fairy tale.
But then like her bikini, like her little. What
Oh,
was
yeah,
that? Like
that's-
was it a cheetah or a zebra? No, Chris was a zebra.
Chris had the zebra.
I love that
suit. He had
outfit
the
so
pimp
much.
suit.
I loved playing in that.
That was
glorious.
I remember Sheva had that really sexy outfit, and I can't remember what it looked like.
Oh, there's like freaking teeth, necklace.
Oh, the
all over
tribal
place.
costume.
Yeah, there's like
I don't know. I put that on, and that'd make Chris wear the zebra.
yeah.
like the leopard
Let me look
or
it up.
cheetah
Where the
bra
fuck-
thing.
My phone keeps disappearing. But no, I liked Sheva, so I
Oh, I
I
didn't.
still have my grievances with her.
I didn't really have a problem with Chevy either.
she's not the
She-
best woman they've ever made, but
She's a decent character, but the thing is, I still hold a grudge against her for the ending of RE5
why?
because it should have been Jill holding that rocket launcher.
Oh,
There it is,
It
yeah.
shouldn't have been her.
There's the cheetah.
Yeah, that I was right.
Yep. There's the nightclub girl. There's
See,
the
I don't
Red
like that outfit.
The nightclub?
I don't like her fucking hair and shit.
Yeah, I didn't like the hair on the nightclub model.
No, these two are the best ones for sure.
Yeah.
Alright.
I do like the randomly the weird Hunnigan
Let's turn
cosplay.
Sheva into Hunnigan.
Yeah, you know.
Just make Hunnigan a mercenaries character.
Yeah.
Freaking might as well. They turned her.
I still have to play fucking separate ways, dude.
It's fun. It's a good time. If you can get past Ada's voice actress.
That's that's it.
She does have a couple good line deliveries, but
She tried
yeah,
here. We gave her $5 more to try.
yeah, we actually kept her in the studio a little bit longer.
They're like, listen. But
No, but here's the thing. I don't.
Where's Jake?
He's watching Sheva, Jill, and Chris get it on.
but I feel
God
like
damn it, is he the cameraman?
I think
It's just following each other.
Oh wait, no, I'm thinking of Josh because of that quirky smile he gives while they're flying away.
but no, because they did RE4 and obviously sets up for 5. Like, I think they should do RE5 remake and then stop don't remake 6.
Code Veronica.
Okay,
Yeah,
they can do
Code
that one too. That's
Veronica.
fine. But I'm saying don't go forward
I'm
with
upset
6.
they skipped that one because
5
that's the last of the fixed camera angle games that they haven't remade.
They can do that one too. That's fine. They can do Veronica and
Or they could do Outbreak.
do Veronica
would be
Outbreak
so
and fucking.
awesome.
They won't do.
They
Outbreak,
should
though.
have done that a long freaking time ago after freaking Left 4 Dead came out. They should have been like, oh.
Outbreak is basically solve puzzle fast while trying to communicate with other people online and watch
I was gonna
everybody
say they're
die.
gonna do
It's so
Veronica.
good.
They're gonna remake Veronica, but it'll be like an online only game.
Code Veronica Online? That
Or
was
not
so
Veronica.
stupid.
Not Veronica. Outbreak. I mean.
Well, I mean, Outbreak kind of was. I mean, you could play it
That's what I'm saying.
alone.
That's how they'll
but
release it,
That
though.
game was like designed to run over the PlayStation. What was it? It was Spynet at the time, I think is what it was.
Beats me. I don't.
Isn't Spynet fucking
Terminator?
yeah, Terminator.
Hang on, what was the
I think that's Skynet.
PS2 online?
Skynet, that's it. But no, I think they should redo 5 because that completes that story.
I mean, I'm
and
in
then
that camp.
You don't even
that-
have to touch 6.
I'm in the camp that 4 didn't even need a remake.
No,
I
but
understand
but
why they,
they
did
were
it, and I still enjoyed it, but I didn't
because they
think
did
it
2, 3,
needed
and
it.
they were.
It was called the GameSpy Network. Okay.
But since they're
Oh, what happened to
progressing that
GameSpy?
story.
man?
It died.
I know.
with online gaming, yes, everything's available
Good
at the
bucks.
instant tip. But no,
Oh boy.
like I played a lot of 5 because I had Cody and it was co-op.
I
But,
played a lot of 5 too, and I had no one to play with.
Weirdly
It
enough,
doesn't
you want to know? I first time I ever played 5, I played the entire game the whole way through in co-op
With your father. Right?
with my dad.
Yeah.
Interesting.
But that was a fun time.
It was interesting. He played as Sheva, I played as Chris. We ran the entire game in one night. My mother comes down at like 7 a.m. in the morning and time to get ready to make breakfast, and she
That
just
was
walks.
redundant.
She just walks into the living room, and we're in the middle of the Wesker fight, and she's like, "You two are still awake," and we're like,
Well, we're
Yes.
gonna beat it now. Didn't me
And
you
then
play
she-
that? You came over to my dad's and we played it for a little bit. Did we beat it? Or we just got pretty far? How far did we? I can't remember how far we got.
Oh, I cannot remember.
I don't think I remember beating it with you.
I don't think we did.
you know, one of the
We
funniest.
never beat it together.
We never beat it.
One of the
We
funniest
always
memories.
smash. We always smash. We never beat it.
We never beat it anymore.
Yeah,
Remember
no.
when we used to come over and beat it?
One of the weirdest things though my
Favorite.
father one of the weirdest things my father ever said though was forever burnt into my brain that morning too. He looked at my mother and then looked back at the screen and goes, "Hey honey, I'm the hot chick."
He's found an awoken self. I think I want to be a woman now. A black woman.
A powerful black woman. With a strong sense of justice. Who hates blonde white men.
But I hope they, if they do remake 5, I hope they redesign some of the levels and like fix AI because like I'd always cheese that with the fucking stun stick. I just like wait till they climb up the ladder. I mean, you could do that in 4 too,
Alright.
and just like
I mean,
it saves so much ammo.
in all fairness, I think
If
Resident
you
Evil
turn friendly fire on, that's me and Garth's playthrough.
Did you? Oh my god!
Yeah.
I can only imagine playing with
As
guards.
soon as the freaking stun rod was unlocked, he grabbed that thing and just kept whipping me in the back with
Oh
it. He
my
was laughing
God.
his ass off. I'm like, dude, stop,
That's
please.
annoying.
In all fairness, though, I think Final
Final Fantasy V remake.
Yeah, no, I think
Great burger.
I think Resident Evil 5 is the last Resident Evil game that is like more about mastering the mechanics than it is actually like gameplay
What
kind of.
mastering mechanics are you doing?
Nah, the
You think it-
RE6.
I don't,
Gun swap
RE6
mechanics?
RE6 was more
There were a lot of things you could do in 6.
yeah, but it was more one of those
A
games.
lot of people to this day still say that RE6 Mercenaries is the most fun one just
It was
because
fun.
of the sheer amount of shit you can do. You can roll and do all this crazy stuff.
It was like an
you
RPG,
can
man.
parry.
Yeah, but like
There's level ups.
how do I put this?
You
Like
can put like
the
individual
old Resident
perks
Evil
on your-
games and then even like Resident Evil 4 and Resident Evil 5 was kind of like learning how to playing that game well and being able to consistently like do like a room no hit or like deal with an encounter without getting hit or anything like that. It didn't really feel like you were playing a character. It felt like you learned how to operate a machine really well. That's kind of like the thing that I kind of miss from those older RE games. Because you were sitting there like doing like back steps, doing a 360, knifing something, then swapping a weapon, shooting something in the face. Then you were going ahead and just like doing like a weird runaround spacing and everything like that. And everything was like really more it was like more thought out as opposed to being able to like instantly react on the fly to just about everything.
You're just jealous.
I don't know. With me, when I play RE5, I just walk up and shoot in face, kick,
Yeah, I know,
punch.
but
I mean, Leon kicks, Chris punch.
It's
Yeah.
pretty simple.
but it's one of
Oh
those.
my god, Chris is Hitmonchan, and Leon is Hitmonlee.
Oh Jesus Christ!
Leon! Hitmonleon! Oh man, I'm gonna have to do a photo edit of that.
God, that's good. That's a good catch.
Yeah.
I like that. I like that. So,
Hitmonleon.
Hitmonleon and Chris Chan.
Christian.
Oh no,
Christian.
no, like Chris Chandler. No, no, we cannot do that.
Look at me go for Bagel's next animation. It's gonna
Never.
be Chris Chandler.
No, never.
I think you should do an
Sonic
edit
you.
of Chris, like cut back and forth between Chris and that boulder while it's just sitting there, and do a top in the boulder skit. The boulder feels conflicted about it. And then you have Chris like sounds like me, like you're scared boulder. Just have a bunch.
And with
Yeah,
that,
yeah.
Amazing.
Like Leon comes walking over. It's like, does everyone really want to see two little girls fighting out here?
You should do that. You need to make that.
Oh,
You need to
Jesus
find-
Christ.
You need to. That needs to be one of your film projects.
Oh my goodness.
Please, just get a boulder. The boulder feels conflicted.
We're actually just gonna shoot that IRL for Josh's channel. It's gonna be the only
Fuck,
IRL
the
video.
boulder.
We're just,
Who the fuck's gonna be Chris?
Josh. He gonna be Chris.
He's a Leon, if anything.
Bro, I am 5'6" and I weigh 115 pounds soaking wet.
He gonna be Chris.
Gonna have to give me some anchor armor.
We're gonna get that like that weird muscle thing that you can buy off Amazon, that like latex like body glove thing.
Yeah,
That's
that's
just
the
muscles.
muscle.
We're just gonna give him that. And he's just gonna be standing there like, ah.
Can I be the boulder?
Yes. We're just
Can
gonna
I
paint.
just be like
We're just gonna paint you up
paper
gray.
mache boulder up?
We're just gonna wait. We're gonna paper mache you a boulder and just put your face through it and just paint your face gray.
A boulder feels conflicted about fighting a young boulder.
Or we could do like an angry orange type thing.
Oh god!
His face on.
Or blend his face on top of boulder.
With our mouth.
Or I could use it like a giant graveler. The boulder feels
There,
completely.
oh, that's what you should do. You should find a Graveler model and then a Chris model and do that
They're
whole skit.
available.
Absolutely do that.
Oh,
please.
I don't think
Jesus.
there's,
All right.
I don't
Thank
think
you all
there's an
for
RE5
watching
Chris
/
model.
listening.
How's there not
We'll
an
be back
RE5
next week.
Chris model?
I don't
Bye.
know.